Remember, recover, return. Vril people of the lovely goddess, Mother Maria Orsic, and her best friend, Siggy, Miss Sieg Rune. As she first said to me, we accidentally saved the world. Hail to Mama Sig, Miss It Be. For the two rivers met and danced, and a swirling whirlpool surrounded them. And what came forth was the Vril sign, the sign of Maria. And the girls embraced and turned counterclockwise. And billions of trillions of pounds of water moved. And recreated Mary's Ka. Sig Heil to Maria. Sig Heil to Sigrun. Which means victory over your eternal enemies. Another one of Maria's original teachings is real change. Okay, if you're listening to me, I've been teaching Maria's teaching of the true self creates the avatar. If you want real change, the change must be, or let me say it like this, the evidence of real change in the avatar is foundational. The very, very foundation of our false premises must be overturned, and the true self has been waiting for the fulfillment of the requirements, and then for you to contact with all your might. And when it's completed, the true self will bring the avatar, the change in vibrational frequency, which equals feeling. You are not controlled by anything. The true self creates meaning. There is no meaning to anything on its own, as you are alone in nirvana, safe, but there's no meaning. So the na uth ne uth rune, which looks like the cross but slanted, because there is no real meaning in you are bad. I had to kill my own son to satisfy my fierce anger at my creations. Absurd. As much as you might try, there's no meaning there, because there's no meaning to anything unless you create the meaning. And this is my opinion, subjective, as far as I could dig in myself and with all my effort. What am I all about? The true self is telling his story through me, and is very thankful to the big people and little people, big gods and little gods, who gave him the opportunity. Real change is always fundamental. And during my initiation into not running away afraid of, quote, God, who is Yahweh, who is, in our minds, the magic of Aleister Crowley, Thelema, Crowleyanity, and Maria's introduction to my mind that it is not good enough to run and hide from this monster. It was, until now, this bloodthirsty, human, sacrificing monster. No matter what its mouth says, its actions are the love of death and misery that it produces in people, and the enjoyment that it takes from their suffering, and the laughter that it produces in them is our proof that they are opposite to us. And their love of evil produces in us the righteous anger and hatred of their essential essences. I want to go on record. I hate Aleister Crowley, Robert de Grimston, Mary Ann de Grimston, Timothy Wiley, Genesis B. Orridge. These are very powerful people. I'm not mocking their abilities. And after going through several tests, because once the war on Yahweh part of the initiation began, it showed me how I was lacking in my protection. And this was when I still didn't know she was Maria, and I would just refer to her by her magic name or the Mo River Goddess. And all of a sudden, voices started to appear in the ritual, threatening me, saying the most horrible things. And Maria would say to me, "Don't worry about it. Next week, we seal it up better. No worries." They would say things like, "We are going to bury you alive. We are going to murder your grandchildren. We are going to drone you. We are just threat after threat after threat after." And then I was taken by Maria into a very clear ritual where she said, "This is our way of announcing our declaration of war." She said, "There's only one way to purchase the process church of the final judgments products, available literature and DVD." It was one book and one DVD, or 2 books, 1 DVD, one. And she said, "You will see what I mean. Go on the internet and order everything they have." And when I did, I finally got to the official process church. And the only way to purchase the DVD, Sympathy for the Devil, and it was one other book, a collection of the Grimston, was to send a personal check or money order to the headquarters. The next ritual, I told Maria this, and she said, "Yeah, that's exactly why I told you to buy everything. Go ahead and do it." So I did. It came. I began studying it, and the DVD is very commercialized, very much the official lie, but they do include the outline of their travels and how that was a reenactment it was a reenactment of the Aldebaran gods sending not the Aldebaran gods, but the Aldebaran god El and Yahweh sending his warriors to America to war with Queen Donna of Atlantis. Okay, so when they came from London to Mexico, they were reenacting what the older Aldebaran gods had already done. It's an as above, below, as above, so below, as in the east, so in the west, so as in the west. All of that. They love the mirrors. because that's creativity. And I was studying the DVD, and it disappeared from my house. I told Maria this, and she said, "Don't be afraid. They're trying to scare you." And as I was, and I'm in the middle of studying this Smiley face killers, and I, have a book describing in detail over and over, and this was way before the movie was made. This was 2012. And the fictional movie, anything. And I knew completely what they were doing from Maria. That they were mocking her as the Scorpio water moon goddess. Not moon. I don't know why I said moon. Scorpio water goddess. And the major scientific thing with these murders were that the people were being murdered and thrown into the river, and then the autopsy would show the water in their lungs was not from the river, but was tap water. And Nine Inch Nails has a video of exactly what they're doing. Kidnapping people and water torturing them to death. And not only did the DVD go missing from my room, out of my computer, but one morning, so let me say this again. I knew the Smiley face killers were drowning people in their bathtubs, swimming pools, showers, whatever, and then placing them in the river. Okay? One morning, I am awakened 10, 15 minutes before my alarm is to go off. And I hear the shower running. What I think is the shower. And I'm like, who is doing this? Who would be up in the shower when they know I am about to get in there and go to work? And it just continues and continues. My alarm goes off. The shower is still on. It's been a half hour. I run out there, and it's not the shower. It's the hot water. Completely opened. Turned several times. Because when I went to turn it off, I had to turn it many times to get it to turn off. And my entire bathtub was filled to the rim and overflowing. Just started overflowing. So I stood there in complete daze. What is happening? I run out to the kitchen, and the back door is open. And I just stood there and let it sink in and realize they could have murdered all of us. And I know the message. We know who you are, and we'll kill you and sacrifice you to Yahweh just like anyone else. Just like the thousands that we've already murdered this way, including the director of the CIA. Look this up. William Colby, director of the CIA, who clearly was a process initiate under Michael Aquino, top occultist magician under Robert de Grimston. And let me just throw in there the Antichrist Christ of their stupid ass drama theater that these theater dorks are putting on. See, Crowley right now, Crowley's avatar is Elon Musk.